Hello everybody, this is a Lamley showcase. I do not believe I've ever showcased Elite64 on the YouTube channel. I've done some little shorts and things and maybe in sneak peeks and introductory videos, but I have never really just kind of given Elite64 its own video. And to be perfectly honest, it snuck up on me. All of a sudden I realized that 9 models are out. The ninth of 10 is coming, and the 10th for that matter is coming as well. So this will serve as a bit of a preview, but I just had not been paying too much attention to it. And all of a sudden I realized, actually, this is a pretty decent line. It's kind of cool. Elite64 is it's not really premium. I mean, it is premium, but it's not in the same vein as Hot Wheels Premium. It's definitely not basic. It's definitely not RLC. It's its own thing. You wouldn't look at one of these outside of the package and know you're looking at a Hot Wheels, right? Each one has its own wheel style. Each one might have a unique, something unique about it. Like, well, we'll get to that as we open these up and showcase them. But yeah, you're seeing, 7 of the models. I have 2 others that I've already opened and I never had them carded. But I was like, you know what? I think I want to look at these and get a sense of them. Some of you already have, many of you have, many of you are collecting these. And I was like, I think I want to create a collection. These are kind of cool. So went to Mattel Creations. Mattel did send this one to me to preview. They haven't sent the others, but I went to, and I already had these 2, but I went and bought on Mattel Creations because they're still available. The Mustang, the Land Rover, the Audi, and the Porsche 928 Safari. And I was like, I was able to buy them, have them sent to me. I'm going to do a showcase. I have these others loose. I think this one already went on sale and might be available as well. I thought about maybe buying another carded, but I don't need to. I had already opened this one for a short. And then I have the Lamborghini, which sold out. I don't have a package one, but we'll showcase it anyway. So I'm going to go in numerical order. The Chaser was the first release. And then it was the Mercedes, but this is actually number 1. And I think one of the reasons it's number 1, they may have wanted to release it first, but this was the first Elite style casting done, so we can talk about it. So here it is. I will show off the card art. You can see this here. Like I said, the only thing that really makes you know this is Hot Wheels is the Hot Wheels logo here. There's really not much else outside of the card and the blister, I guess, but that really tells you that this is a Hot Wheels. So it's different. Some have said this is a direct response to Mini GT and like Tarmac Works, Global 64, and those other premium Auto World, that kind of thing. And I wouldn't disagree with you. I think that there probably is some of that where they want to do these kind of realistic models, but Hot Wheels has added their own thing to it. Not a Hot Wheels signature per se, but like some unique things about it. Whether it's better or worse, that's not an argument I need to make, but we're going to showcase the Elite64 line as it is. So you get some details on the car in the back. You get the window if you want to display them, which is kind of nice. So you can see both sides from the window. We're not going to worry about that. This is number 1. Mercedes-Benz 300 SL. I'll go ahead and open it up. While I'm doing that, they may have gotten the idea from this special unique piece they made for IWC. If you remember, and I don't have it, but you know, Hot Wheels has a relationship with IWC, and IWC has a relationship with Mercedes-Benz, and Mercedes-Benz and IWC created took a 300 SL and they've raced it at like Goodwood and other things, and they decided they wanted to do a special Hot Wheels watch, a very limited Hot Wheels watch. I think the watch itself was like 13 grand, but as part of the packaging, they would have a unique one of 50 or whatever, however many they made, car in the package with the watch. And so they went to Hot Wheels, and Hot Wheels said, yeah, we'll do something special. And they created this casting, which had more pieces than premium or even RLC. And then they went ahead and took that casting and turned it into what has become Elite64. So it may have been the inspiration for it. And that might be why this is number 1. So when you're looking at this car, you can see it's got more pieces than even an RLC for that matter. Like the roll cage here. Obviously this one has opening doors, and considering the gull wing doors is one of the signature elements of this car, having these as opening doors is obviously fantastic. This is in racing because it has the racing version, because it has the bumpers or the bumper deletes. There's no bumpers on it. Even the wheels, this is one of the things that made it unique, is they made their own wheels for this casting, and then of course they've added that to this release as well. We'll put it on the turntable so you can see it up close in the proper lighting. But But yeah, I don't know the origins of this. I don't know if this was like, you could get into the designer's head or the marketing team saying, we like what Mini GT is doing, we should do something like that, or Tarmac Works or whatever, or they just had this project and said, you know what, that was kind of fun, we should do more of these. I don't know. These are obviously direct to consumer, sold through Mattel Creations. You'll never see them in stores, hence no J-hook on these or anything like that. But yeah, so it's a different model. You know, RLC I guess is like that too, but it's just a different way for Hot Wheels to do it. So there is the Mercedes-Benz 300 SL. First one released to the public was the 1996 Toyota Chaser JZX100. There is the art. I have, like I said, done a short on this one, maybe a video introductory. But this is what introduced collectors to this line, and I saw mixed opinions on it. I think those that are familiar with the Chaser really liked what they saw, and we'll go ahead. I have the open version already. We don't have to open this one up, so I'll just put it back here. But it's right here. But the first thing is the camber in the wheels, right? If you look at this closely, it's not overly exaggerated, but the wheels were done. The unique piece was the opening doors on the Mercedes. On this one, it's the camber in the wheels. I think my hand, how can I like try and show the right angle on this? There it is. You can kind of see, it's not like a super exaggerated, but it's there. And you can see like the way the headlights are done are more in that premium range, you know, separate pieces. I think the side mirrors might be a separate piece. The spoiler's a separate piece. Obviously they got creative in how to add the wheels to this with the camber. Roll cage as well. I don't know how many pieces this is, but even the exhaust is its own piece down below, which is kind of cool. What I don't know about these is, will we see, I assume when they develop a casting, get the licensing, they'll want to do more colors of this, but so far we haven't seen any secondary colors, which, considering what some comments have made, like I guess some people are kind of cool with that. I'd like to see other colors, but I do like the simplicity of this one with the blue rims and the white body. Some of the branding down and the bottom portion of the car. That one is very cool. And I've always thought that one is cool. That was number 2. Number 3, okay, and the Lamborghini, the Liberty Walk Lamborghini might have been released first, but we'll go ahead to number 3, which is the modified 69 Ford Mustang. They're gonna do a 124 version of this one as well. I think this is a Phil Reelman design, I'm pretty sure. And it's very, very cool. So we'll go ahead and show this one off. I'll pop it. I didn't show you the back. I guess on the Chaser too. A lot of car nerd details, right? And same thing here. And since this is kind of a fantasy model, I don't know if all of this, but it says like, you know, modified, that sort of stuff. Twin turbo Ford Coyote motor, 1,000 horsepower. All right, let's just open it up. I guess I could put this back like this. So the unique thing about this model is, I think, a removable portion, right? Or opening, oh yeah, removable hood. So I'll show that to you first. And it shows that 1,000 horsepower Coyote motor. And you can see, like, again, more details here. You've got a chrome piece and a plastic piece to show that that contrast, which is kind of cool. Obviously, its own unique wheels, which I think are really cool. I don't know if customizers have gone after these wheels to put them on other cars, but it looks cool. The front portion, the details in the chin spoiler and the splitter, they're really, really cool. I don't think there's any other removable portion here. Plastic spoiler, which I always like the plastic spoilers when they do them because it's just a little cleaner. It's just fantastic. So, and then this piece just clicks back on. Yeah, it just kind of settles in. And there is the front grille. There we go. It's a cool model. So that's number 3. Number 4 is probably at this point the most popular release so far in Elite64. It is the Lamborghini Aventador LP700 4. Lamborghini likes the full names, and this one obviously is the Liberty Walk custom Aventador. We have seen this car done by Mini GT, and it's probably worth comparing the two because there are some very similar details in all of them. The one thing that makes the Hot Wheels unique in this case is the removable pieces. You can remove the entire back to show the engine and just have that as an exposed, really cool, mean-looking Mad Max almost style version of the Lamborghini. You can put that piece back on and it slides in very, very nicely, and you can just remove the spoiler, and now you have that Aventador silhouette, especially from the side. You get a real good sense of the Aventador silhouette without the Liberty Walk kit. Of course, when you rotate it, it's there, and then of course you can put the spoiler right back in. It's very easy to do. This is a very, oh, and I didn't even mention, and I don't think I knew this before, you can, if I can do this right, the window is removable, and I think you can pop it with, I've seen people do it with like the spoiler as well. There you go. So now you can really go Mad Max on it, just remove the back window entirely. I mean, that's wild. Shows the engine in the back with that little cross piece. I mean, these really are nicely detailed models, aren't they? So, oh, while I try and put this back, I'll put it on the turntable in its full form. Although I might like it without all these pieces. That might be the more unique piece, but I'll keep it as intact on the turntable. Side mirrors look nice. I do wonder if they can break off, but I'm not going to test that. You know, Mini GT, Tarmac do the soft mirrors, which is kind of cool. Doesn't mean they don't break off, but it does add a little bit of a buffer. But these seem, they're not soft, but they do seem high quality. I'm sure if I wanted to break it off, I could. That's number 4. Number 5 is the Land Rover Defender 90 pickup. I know there was some that ordered the Lamborghini and got this and blah, 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 but there is the art. This one I know is designed by Dima. Dima's since left Mattel, but loves, this is his style of vehicle. If you go back to many of these that were developed in basic, premium, and even elite of the last few years, there's a good chance that Dima is the person who designed it. This thing is super detailed as well, so let's go ahead and open it up. I don't know if I've ever well, maybe from a sneak peek I did with Mattel. Oh, but this thing's cool. Now, I don't know if there's any removable pieces here. I don't think there is, but I think what you get as kind of a unique thing is just the extreme amount of detail on the outside of this. If there's something that I'm missing here, like there's something removable, you guys can let me know. But this overland, the roll bars around the outside, I think, you know, there's no snorkel here, is there? I don't think there's a snorkel on this, but between the mirrors, the roll bars, the front lights, the fog lights, the spare tire, which I think is rubber, it is rubber, which matches the wheels, the unique wheels on this model as well. This is a very, very cool, yeah, you know what? Out of the package, I was appreciating the model, but I think in hand, you can kind of see how cool this is. The real fat tires. I see so many of these overland style vehicles here. I need to appreciate them more. All right, I'm gonna move the Chaser out of the way. We'll put these here. All right, let's go with number 6. This one, I'm very curious because this is the Audi RS7 Sportback. I've seen some people really like it. A lot of people were not terribly fond of this one. There is the back here, and so I don't know exactly. I mean, I'm familiar with the car, but some of you car folks are a lot better at like, you know, figuring out if something didn't go right than I am. Sometimes I'm just like, oh yeah, that's cool, and then I've been corrupted in my opinion because I know a lot of people didn't like this one. I would imagine, knowing me, I would see this, go, this is cool, this is cool, this is cool. So let's just see if there's, I mean, I'm just showing it. There's not, there's no opening parts. I think just the unique thing is that they just did the Audi, I guess. Maybe it is a little boxy. Is that the complaint? That that the car itself is a little more sleek than this one? From the front, it does look a little, I don't know. It looks boxy in some ways, but then in other ways, I think the wide body kit is kind of cool. But maybe there are some details here that you guys can leave in the comments what you didn't like about it, and I can say, oh yeah, I guess I see what you're saying. I know it's a modified version of the Audi, but I think there are some. Yeah, I guess I don't know if it's as nice as I don't know. I'll just leave it at that. I'll just leave it at that. I'm completely like, I would probably say, oh, this is cool. I really like Audis, but then in this case, I've been corrupted by your opinions, so to speak. But you know what I mean. If people don't like it, they don't like it, and if it's not the car that they wished it was, that's the whole reason we do the most disappointing element of the Lamley Awards, right? Is for people to talk about what was disappointing, and maybe that's one that is the Audi. All right, that was number 6. Number 7 just came out, right? Well, I guess this would be number 8. So let's just do the Porsche, then we'll go to the Datsun. Porsche 928 Safari. This came out a few weeks ago. I didn't buy it when it came out. I'm really glad that it didn't sell out, because then I was able to go and get one. There are the details on this one. Obviously, some NAs, maybe Porsche said, hey, it's a modified Porsche, so we're not going to give you any details on that. It does have this licensing sticker on it, which is kind of cool. Sometimes they want that. Let's just open this one up. This one does look cool. I know they're doing the 944, is it for Mattel Creations? I don't think it's an Elite64, but the 944, the real car that they did. Here, I'll put this here. Okay, yeah, this thing's rad. Rad. Like, just rad. No opening parts, but the wheels are fantastic. The tires are fantastic, the off-road tires. You got a spare that appears to match the actual tire. It might be, no, I think it is the same size as the actual tire. Maybe the tire itself, or the wheel, maybe the tire itself's a little smaller. Look at the back portion of this. This is a really well-made model. I am going to say right now, so far, that Datsun might be cool, the Bugatti might be cool, but this one is my favorite so far. I love the 928. I have such a soft spot for it. It's kind of an unloved Porsche versus like the 911. And this one, they did the 928 Safari in basic, right? And that one was really nice. Obviously the ability to do this one in more details. Look at those headlights. This one is fantastic. Yeah, really, really dig that one. So that one goes there. Next one, I don't even have the card for it. I probably should. Is the Datsun. This is based on a real car. This is the Pandem Datsun 280ZX. Already went on sale. It's a pre-order. This one was sent to me by Mattel to previews. That's why I have it. Talk about camber. This one even has a more exaggerated camber than the Chaser, and it is wonderful. Like, really, really well done. This is going to be my second favorite. I really like the Lamborghini and the Chaser, but in the 300 SL, but there's just something about this one and the Porsche that really, really hit well. Hot Wheels logo is based on what Pandem did with this. This was at SEMA last year, this actual car. Wheels are fantastic. Headlights, everything about this one, and Rocket Bunny styling. I just love it. I just love it. It's a car that, the style is, I can appreciate it. It's maybe not something that I totally get into, but when you get a replica that's done this well and really captures the essence of what Pandem is, or Liberty Walk, or anything else, I just think that is really, really cool. All right, so that's in a sense a preview. You guys have maybe already ordered it. I think it's still available if you go to Mattel Creations. I'll obviously leave the link down below. Last one, below, excuse me, is the Bugatti Type 59. We have seen this previewed by Phil Reelman in previous sneak peek videos that we've done from conventions. I don't know if it was at the Atlanta convention, but I know it was at the LA convention before that. This is the Bugatti Type 59. Classic Bugatti, classic race car. I mean, next level. And what I love about this is not something you see in our collector world right now in 164, this kind of model done that often. And I get it. A JDM, a Porsche, a Liberty Walk, these are speaking, well, no Skyline, right? But these are speaking to the collectors these days. But one thing I love about collecting 164 is you can also learn to appreciate cars that maybe aren't down your alley, and I highly recommend you do that. Always take on something, whether it's a race car, a classic car, if you're into JDM, an American muscle car, or Euro car, and vice versa. it's always worth it. And it's not because, and I'm not coming from some elevated state to say that, like, I understand this. No, I just have so many times, like, seen a car, Googled it, and found a newfound appreciation for something like that. And then it just opens up a whole new can, a whole new interest. Funny cars were like that for me. So anyway, so this is a classic race car. There is the details on this one, 1933 to 1936. Just so rad. And I know so many of you saw this and are so excited. So we're just gonna open it up. It is very, very light. It is very, very light. But it's just also because they did it to scale and it's super, super small. So I know that the comments are gonna come, oh, they're still charging 20 something for this. And it's like the weight of a paperclip. I don't think it's always based on weight. It just is what it is. But we'll look at it. We'll look at it. I think no matter how much this size, no matter how much metal they put on it, it's just gonna be what it is. And it's got a little bit of weight to it, and is that metal? I think it is. It's just a very, very tiny car. I don't think there's opening parts on this one, and I definitely don't, but they do have little separate pieces for what would be the arm here. Now I know that this is the gear shift and it's not a separate piece. Some people have mentioned that. But this is a separate piece here. I don't think, is that just the latch for the engine? And this exhaust is its own separate piece. And yeah, it's rad. Here's the inside. I think the steering wheel might be its own separate piece. And they've added a lot of detail there, all things considered. This is a very, very small model, and I understand it. I have it right up next to the camera. I mean, it is not big at all. So it's really cool. I don't think that, I start wondering if that opens, but here, let me go off camera. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. If it does, it does. It does. It does. It does. I'll put it on the turntable again. There is the engine. Okay. Yeah, that's so cool. Look at that angle. Look at that angle. That is just the coolest. All right. I was wondering because of that crack, and then we can put it back. It just slides right in and holds. All right. That went up. That went up in my list. How do I rank them? 928 Datsun, Bugatti Chaser, SL Mustang, or Liberty Walk Mustang, Liberty Walk Land Rover Mustang, Land Rover Liberty. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There you go. That's where I'm at. You guys tell me what you think. I'm into this. I'm collecting them. I'm putting them together. I'm going to look forward to new releases. I know that the Overland Toyota's coming out, right? Or is that 143? No, there's a truck coming out too. There's a truck coming out too. Really, really cool stuff. I'm into it. I'm in. Thanks everybody. Tell me what you think down below. Bye.